Welcome to Builder Information Systems Video Learning Center. This tutorial will cover vendor invoices. The vendor invoice screen is used to enter the AP vendor invoices as they are received. To access the screen, select the Vendor Invoices link in the white area of the My Desktop Accounts Payable module, or select Vendor Invoices in the Transactions menu. At the vendor invoice screen, most invoices may be completed by working within the main tab area. The Joint Check, 1099, AP Account, and Notes tabs can be used to add additional information. First, start by providing the vendor ID. The vendor ID may be entered or selected using the lookup function at the right side of the field. Note, selecting the vendor ID hyperlink will allow you to create a vendor master record on the fly. Also, right-clicking on the vendor ID hyperlink will provide options to access other related parts of the program, like the vendor ledger or the AP aging reports. Enter the invoice number and the invoice date. Pressing the F3 key will enter today's date. The payment terms will default depending on the information in the vendor's master record, or may be entered or changed manually depending on the AP setting in system-wide parameters. You may associate it with a purchase order, which will then provide information from the existing PO. Enter the total amount of the invoice. Reference number, retention, and discount information may be filled out to the right. The due date discount dates calculate based on the related payment type settings in the payment terms master record. It may be entered or changed manually on the invoice if needed. Using the Enter key to advance to the first line of the line item grid, the GL account will populate with the default account from the vendor master record. If the vendor is a supplier, the GL account is typically a job cost material type account. If the vendor is a subcontractor, the GL account is typically a job cost subcontract type account. Fill in any inventory information if applicable. A description may be entered, and an optional report code may be associated. Note, the extended description area may be used to add additional line item information if needed. Within the Job button, enter the job number as well as the cost code, which can come from either the job budget or may be chosen from the entire list of cost codes in the cost code library. Multiple line items may be entered by advancing to the next line in the line item grid and repeating the previous steps. When the invoice is completed, press Ctrl S or the Save icon in the menu to save the transaction. Note, the saved invoice may be reopened any time prior to applying another transaction against the invoice, like a payment. To do so, use Ctrl O or the Open icon in the menu bar.